in the top left corner as the Blue Terran from the United Socialist Republics of Dragons, it's ToonDragon. And in the bottom right, as the Red Zerg from Validity Gaming, it's GrumpyGills. This is our second round of 4 match. Magneth winning 2-0 to be our first player to move on to the finals. Again, both these players going to be walking away with part of the prize pool, but it's the difference between 12.5% and 25% at the least. Gonna be my favorite matchup. Zerg versus Terran. ToonDragon, not gonna spoil it for his future opponents. But he's been saving his signature style. We haven't seen it just yet. That's part of tournament play. It's very different from ladder play. You want to kind of hedge your builds. You don't want to show everything off too early. We've seen him play battle mech so far in this tournament. Be interesting if he went bio this time. But like, if you want to go to the finals, you gotta aim for the finals. You gotta expect your best opponent to be in the finals. It's a little bit different in diamond tournaments because, you know, you can have a diamond 1 that's like near masters, but that's because he has like a 70% win rate in ZvZ, and then he has like a 20% ZvT win rate and a 20% ZvP win rate. That kind of thing can happen. I argue with other admins in my team a lot because they're like, things like the Validity Team League, they're like, well, a Diamond 3 will never beat a Diamond 1. Well, that's not true. A Diamond 1 can have weak matchups. Like, they're in Diamond 1 and not Masters for a reason. And that's because their play is deficient in some areas from top-level players. Sorry, Reaper's gonna get 1 kill and gets picked off very early here. That leaves a lot of options for GrumpyGills to maybe go for cheese, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. He picked off the Reaper. There's no indication of this for ToonDragon. I would actually just like send out a scout. Oh god, he's gonna go into Hellions, which will counter this build, but a Baneling Nest dropped for GrumpyGills. The Lings just flooding out, and they're really going to explode once he's next. Injects finish. He's leaving some of them at home. This is interesting. There's not going to be a third base here. 2 Banelings morphing in at the front. There's a second pair. Bunker going down at the natural for ToonDragon. Out comes some Hellions. Here comes a second pair. Hellions moving across the map. They're going to be intercepted by Lings. Oh, they're intercepted by Banelings, actually. ToonDragon's got to know what's up. Those are nice trades. 2 Hellions for 2 Banelings. I'd take that any day. But 2 more coming out in the main. The Banelings barreling forward. They're going to be intercepted by these Hellions if the Lings don't get the wraparound. They're going to wrap around on the bunker. This is very nicely played here by GrumpyGills. Banelings do crash into the supply depot. There is a chance he can pull SCVs to save it, but he's not going to do so in time. 2 SCVs go down on the ramp. The Mule tries to retreat as well, going to get picked off. The economy already heavily damaged. SCVs are going to tank for the Hellions, so ToonDragon winning a little bit in the engagement. 2 more Hellions come out, gonna fry from behind. A Banshee coming out to follow this up as well, but heavy damage going down on the CC, not quite caught on fire, and ToonDragon holds. Banshee picking off Banelings from the air, and ToonDragon took damage, but ToonDragon did not take enough damage. GrumpyGills needs to transition out of this. A nice Baneling connect, but there's nothing to finish these guys off. They can go back in and they can get repaired, and then they can move across the map. An excellent hold by ToonDragon. GrumpyGills had some nice plays, but just not enough of them. Oh my god, GrumpyGills! GrumpyGills! Which one of these guys do you think is going to notice that there's a worker sitting next to them first? ToonDragon. Maybe getting a delay on the third. It's unclear. GrumpyGills didn't exactly float minerals, so... Grumpy's going to continue flooding out Lings, but here come the Hellions. This is not enough Lings to reflect this. This is not enough Queens. Hellions move in. They're going to begin roasting these Lings. 6 more about to pop. There's 2 Banshees here. I think ToonDragon can just go in. He doesn't want to take the losses, but 2 Banshees plus all these Hellions can definitely engage this army straight up. GrumpyGills trying to drone, trying to get down spores at the same time, trying to do everything. Trying to attack. This is ill-fated. The lane's gonna counterattack across the map. There's 2 Hellions behind a supply depot. This will never break. This will never, ever, ever break. And now the Lings are caught off creep, taking even more damage. GrumpyGills does have enough to clean this up, but doesn't go for it. Oh god, this third's so exposed, it's gonna go down! GrumpyGills gets the cancel off, but he is very besieged. More Banshees coming out, Cloak under development, a factory underway for ToonDragon as well. Third CC finished, turning into an orbital. This is ToonDragon's game to lose. GrumpyGills increasing the Ling count, going for a lair. I think he might try to Nidus here. Bird base is dropped again. It could be Mutalisk as well, but he has to hold for so long to get to that. ToonDragon trying to force another cancel, but the Lings with a very nice wraparound. Banshee still firing from the sky. Cloak is not finished. These Queens will be able to pick off a Banshee. ToonDragon's contain is broken. Not too much army supply behind this for ToonDragon relative to the lead that he has. He's been investing in a lot of tech, just playing very greedy, getting up additional factories. Out comes a Cyclone, there goes Blue Flame. He feels super safe to do this. I mean, Zerg starved for drones, a lot of them on oversaturation, a third gas just being taken now. +1 melee and +1 ranged on the way. I don't know about this. But here comes the rest of that army supply. A lot of Blue Flame Hellions and a lot of Banshees. Well, soon to be Blue Flame Hellions. Oak is finished as well. Spire just finished. Overseer could do wonders here for GrumpyGills. Oof. There's a lot of transfuse on these Queens, which could even things out as well. But it's 9 minutes. ToonDragon moved out a third. He's building a fourth. GrumpyGills just now saturating his third. Baneling speed started up. And this Lair tech, just for Hydralisk, not Aspire, not a Nidus. I've said this before in this tournament, you know, if you're playing from behind, you need to turn it into a coin flip. You need to make your opponent go from, you know, having like an 80% chance of winning to, if he does not respond to this correctly, if he makes mistakes, I'm gonna gain advantages. Queen's going down. There's no detection here. They can't shoot the Banshees. Oh wait, no, they moved into range. Oh, okay, there's the Overseer. Lanes get a wraparound on the Hellions. There's still a lot here from the Terran. He could push into this. Each tank gonna anchor this push. Creep slowly receding. Oversaturation on the main. He needs to pull drones to this third and defend it. Oh, that Queen overextended. Very little to defend here for the Zerg. Lings get a wrap around. A lot of this battle mech will fall. He needs to pick off the tank, though. Oh, huge shots go down. Blue flames take out all the Lings as they take out the tank. Where's that Banshee? I hear it. Oh, there it is. It was cloaked even from the caster. Hydras are going to pick it off. Down go the Hellions, down goes the Cyclone. GrumpyGills is stabilizing here. ToonDragon with another army on the way. These Hydras gonna be able to deal with this okay-ish. +2 ranged and melee attack started up for the Zerg. Hydra speed not quite finished. Grumpy needs a concave. The Lings get fried. Okay. Oh god, the rest of the Lings not engaging. Okay. Going to go in now. More Hellions move in to reinforce. It was a little bit too late on that flank from GrumpyGills. Down goes the Overseer. This is a very delicate dance, and it's one GrumpyGills is losing. He is able to sneak out a 4th, though. Look, man, if GrumpyGills wins this, I'll eat a shoe. Okay, I'll eat a shoe on stream. Multiple more CCs coming out for ToonDragon. He's just harassing with, like, minimal army. 77 workers to 54, 61 army supply to 44. Oh, so many Lings getting roasted. These Hydras super exposed off creep. There go another 2. GG is called, and ToonDragon takes game number 1. In the bottom left, well, in the top left, as the communist Republican Dragon, trained by Slayer's Yu-Gi-Oh himself, it's ToonDragon. In the bottom right, as the Red Zerg from Validity Gaming, it's GrumpyGills. ToonDragon, of course, originally owned by Pegasus. Yugi boy. In the arc where Pegasus is dueling Yugi in Duelist Kingdom, right? And then Yugi plays like little Karibo because he fucking sucks, and then the Pharaoh steps in. Ah, oh, you played this game so poorly. And Pegasus sucks them all into the Toon dimension because the rules of the card game don't matter in that show. Like, wow, it's ToonDragon. And then Pharaoh's like, I play Edgelord, Celtic Guardian, and face down defense mode. He's like, don't cut yourself on my edge. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're getting into ZVT on Disco Bloodbath. Everyone's opening standard. 16 hatch from GrumpyGills. Reaper expand from ToonDragon. And, you know, Disco Bloodbath is a pretty large map. It's a pretty macro map. It's really hard for the Terran to get, you know, Hellions across in time and get harass off on the Zerg. Zerg really likes to take a lot of expansions. And that's why a lot of Terrans like to go Battlecruiser on this map. Now, God, would it be out of character for ToonDragon to go Battlecruiser? I don't know. We haven't seen any in this tournament, right? GrumpyGills gonna take a normally timed third, escorts it out with the Lings. ToonDragon skipping the Reaper. Did I miss something? No, he skipped Reaper. Tech Lab going down on the barracks. Overlord moving out for GrumpyGills. Normally timed lair here should see a Baneling Nest in just a couple moments. Should see a second and third gas as well. Bit of undersaturation on the gas actually. 5 more drones coming out. I don't know. That seems like an invalid character assessment to me. Invalid character. Can you prove it? Can you prove that ToonDragon goes BCs? I don't think so. Because, you know what? I see a Fusion Core and also a Tech Lab. So it's clearly for Liberator range. Like, he's... Like, ToonDragon is known as the Liberator range player. I'm looking at my notes here and... ToonDragon finally pulls out the build. Yamato Cannon started up and the first Battlecruiser is coming out. He saved it till pretty late in the tournament, but not going to save it to the finals. He's going to throw down a second starport, and this is going to be 2 base, 2 starport BCs. This is kind of his signature build. We actually played on Friday in the Master Swan Open. I took the series 2-1, but he did like a proxy. I'm not gonna say exactly the details or the maps or anything because I don't want to spoil anything if he chooses to go this build in the finals. But if he makes the finals also, or game 3, whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. I don't want to spoil anyone's builds, but just speaking from personal experience, he did this build against me 3 times. I took the series 2-1, but man, is it brutal. And I don't think GrumpyGills has scouted this either. He sees a Tech Lab on a starport, and he knows he's going up against ToonDragon. Against it depends on if he has the meta knowledge. Because ToonDragon did go Tech Lab on starport the previous game, but it was for a Hellbat Banshee push. Or a Hellion Banshee push, I guess. GrumpyGills is flooding Lings here. He has a Hydra Den. He's going for 6 Hydra. But, feeling this Battlecruiser is going to do terrible things. It has Yamato Cannon, so going to be able to yeet a Queen out of existence right away. Second BC about to join it. So that's 2 dead Queens right off the bat. There's no Spores going down, no Spire. Hydra speed, not range on the way, meaning that Battlecruisers can kind of fly back in this dead space, and the Hydras can't hit them. GrumpyGills is gonna have to counter all in. I mean, he's going for a 4th base, but 3 more Hydras on the way. There's the blink. 3 BCs. Not even gonna use the Yamato. Oh god, the Lings are flooding in. What the heck? Oh no. He has the whole army on one hotkey. Yeah. A lot of Hydras getting fried by this. You need Aspire, you need Corruptors. Like, Queens and Hydras can deal well with 1 starport BC. 2 starport BC is an entirely different option, and ToonDragon's already preempted the counterattack. This amount of Hellions will deflect this amount of Ling main Hydra for days. He'll break through the wall. Well, I mean, okay, so if these guys are clustered... Oh, a lot of the Baneling's not even connecting with the wall. One of them does connect with this, but now there's more battle cruisers out. Oh, the lair's about to be picked off. GrumpyGills is re-expanding here, getting additional drones, getting additional Hydra, +2 ranged attack on the way. These BCs have Yamato. Oh, they're just gonna take out every Hydra before they blink out. GG, well played, good luck in the finals, as ToonDragon is our 2nd player to move on to the grand finals of the Diamond Heroes 4 in 2-0 fashion.